Greetings, Vernon. My name is Karen Davino. I am the superintendent of schools here in the Vernon Township School District. I am pleased and excited to do another podcast at another one of our buildings. It's super important that we continue to get the message out to all of our families. I am here today with Dr. McKay, assistant superintendent, and of course the principal of the Lounsberry Hollow School, Mr. Dennis Mudrick. We're going to talk about a few things that are really specific to the Lounsberry Hollow School. So I'm really excited that we have the opportunity to talk to Mr. Mudrick today. Dennis, I think the first thing we want to talk about is scheduling. Can you talk to us just a little bit about the scheduling process this summer at Lounsberry and how it will end up looking for students and parents when the kids return on September 8th?
Sure, thanks, Ms. Davino. Hi, parents, students, all stakeholders at Lounsberry Hollow. The teachers are excited to be back. The scheduling process has been quite a task this summer, as it's been in all of our schools. What we're going to do is, I'm pleased to share, right now we have approximately just a little over a third of the building that's going completely virtual. I'm pleased to share with you that we're going to have a full virtual fourth grade team of teachers, a house model, math, science, language arts, social studies, virtual team, and there will be a special education teacher assigned to that team as well. In fifth grade, it will be similar. There will be a math, science, totally virtual team and language arts, social studies, coupled with special ed teacher support for that team. In addition to this, we're going to have, for our accelerated math, and I think the advanced math students will be happy to hear, both a virtual advanced accelerated math class in fourth grade and fifth grade, as well as in-person accelerated math class in both fourth grade and fifth grade. Needless to say, the balancing of the schedule was really challenging because parents, right up to the minute, Mr. Davino and Dr. McKay have been seeking changes. Thus, if you remember from an earlier podcast by Dr. McKay, the notification to the parents for the K-5 schools is going out next Wednesday. We're literally still making adjustments to that schedule based on midnight last night, which was our deadline for the parents.
This has been a big concern, and we've talked about this all along, that we're concerned with our K-5 group because we're trying to set up this excellent program of having virtual teachers work with the virtual students exclusively, as Mr. Mudrick pointed out. So this is a really big deal when you talk about having an advanced exclusive and a non-advanced exclusive. I mean, this is a very, very big deal, but it's very complicated.
Certainly.
So therefore, it's caused us some consternation, and we're trying to make sure that we service our community. So we're going to release the rosters on the 26th, and we want to lock that in for a while. So that's a very important point that we're going to raise here. We just talked about it at the high school, but what we're asking you is just give us maybe 8 lessons. We're talking about the month of September, so that we can see how the virtual lessons are going and how the remote lessons and blended learning lessons are going with the school, with the blue and the gold. And then once October comes, if you're unhappy and you want to switch, then we'll be able to switch. But I think the principals felt this morning that that was really an important point.
Correct.
That the child needed to feel and see what the program was like before they started to switch.
Exactly, like anything else at this young age. I saw Ms. Gephardt's over at Glen Meadow yesterday night with Dr. Kozak, with Ms. Davino. Same as the other schools, we're going with an early dismissal schedule. We are going with a full 9-period schedule. I am absolutely ecstatic that all children will get all major content areas every day that they're in person or virtual, math, science, social studies, and language arts. In addition to, they'll get their marking period specials, whether it be art, music, depending on the given marking period, library, and or Spanish. In addition to that, the health and physical education will be there. The difference is, in health and physical education, we're going to keep our hands off materials. Mr. Foley's worked extraordinarily hard, laboriously hard this summer with the health and phys ed teachers throughout the district to ensure that children aren't passing this football to that, soccer ball to this jump rope, etc. So they're going to get creative with their activities in our phys ed classes.
So that leads us to the health and safety piece, which we've been talking about in all of our videos.
Sure.
So what have you been doing here in Lounsberry Hollow for cleaning and making sure that things get sanitized, and also this idea of trying not to share?
I'm really glad you asked that question. Yesterday I had Had several meetings with the custodial staff throughout the summer, yesterday afternoon being the most recent one, and told them how extraordinarily important the cleanliness of our school is. And throughout the school, you'll see, don't let germs go for a ride, stop the spread of the virus or germs, washing of hands. I really, if Mr. Shea's able to, if Matt's able to swing the camera over to this area, every classroom at Lounsberry Hollow, as students enter the room, I'll literally demonstrate that simple. How about that, okay? Rub it in, and walk to your desk. And every classroom has those on the wall, as well as our cafeteria areas. So in terms of, as well as, and I don't know, Matt, if you're able to do this, but there are social distancing markers like you'd see in a grocery store, a Walmart, that sort of thing, store, throughout the school in the areas as well.
So those are in the hallways?
Correct.
As well as in all the common areas?
Any common areas, correct.
Good.
Exactly. So those are some of the types of things that we're doing. I also wanted to mention, we are going to have our 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7th period as part of our 9-period day. What would normally be lunch recess instead will be snack recess. Here's the idea behind it. They'll come into this cafeteria, the students, and cafeteria B, this is known as cafeteria A, they will spread out. That gives 8, 9, and 10-year-olds a mask break, and they're going to need them.
Right.
An energy break. A snack break, we're encouraging only snacks be brought from home because the kiosks will be in the morning for the grab-and-go breakfasts for students who opt to do that. But we are not going to be serving lunches until the end of the day, the grab-and-go lunches that they can take home, that the students can go with their parents home with them or in the buses.
And just for parents at home, remember that I know people are starting to get anxious about a lot of these things. We've heard about this from our parents.
Of course.
But the benefit is that, just like Mr. Mudrick said, about 30% of his student population is doing virtual learning. That's already a third of the students that are not here. So then that remaining 70% approximately, half are in school and half are not in school. So we've reduced that population again. So that's how we're able to have social distancing in places like the cafeteria to have a snack break. And of course, while students are in the classroom or in the hallways, they are wearing masks. Remember, masks are required unless a health condition prohibits a child from wearing a mask. And I think those health and safety protocols, Mr. Mudrick demonstrated the hand sanitizer, we've got signage everywhere. All of those things are really, really essential to keeping our students healthy and safe, and our staff, because we want everybody to be able to teach and to be comfortable with learning, because we really want to try to get back to some kind of education here.
Yes.
I think Mr. Mudrick has some other things that he wants to share.
Well, this is
too.
also on the how to wear masks correctly at this young age. These are all over the building. And the teachers will be, and the school counselors, Ms. Pachuto, Ms. Moser, gifted and talented school counselors, they'll be showing the children how to wear them properly. I mean, it's certainly a change from the norm.
So the idea when students first come is we really sort of need a soft opening, because we want to make sure that our children understand that there's all sorts of new rules, new regulations, but also that our expectations are going to be tempered by compassion, empathy, understanding all that. So what do you plan to do with a soft opening?
Well, I've known Dr. McKay for 20 years, and I know how important whole child development is to him. And I knew as soon as Ms. Davino came on board, I heard her several times. I've watched videos of her using the whole child concept, and especially at the younger years. The physical, the social, the emotional, the intellectual, cognitive development of our children is so critically important. And because of that, we want to be sensitive to these children who haven't been here 4 to 5 days, respectfully, exactly short of 6 months. That's the last time, Friday, March 13th, they've been in the building come September 8th and 9th. Just 4 to 5 days short of 6 months. To that end, what we're going to do is a soft opening. And we want children to feel comfortable getting off those buses. 4th grade parents, have no fear, relax, Mr. Mudd is here, we'll take care of it, okay? The faculty and staff here are a caring and sensitive staff. Ms. Davino and Dr. McKay know this.
Yep.
We are going to have 4 entrances, not 1 entrance, okay, for our children to spread them out and safely take the temperature of every child coming in the building, okay? The main entrance will be for 5th graders. Remember, as Ms. Davino said, it's only going to be a half of a third of the school, so you're only talking about approximately 60 to 75 children on blue days and 60 to 75 children on gold days that are going to be, coming through that entrance while their temperatures are being taken, as well as fourth graders then will come into the gym through 2 gym entrances. I talked to Ms. Van Gils this morning. We're going to have 26 buses here and 4 smaller transportation buses. So our vans, it's a total of 30. The front end will come through door 3, and the other half of the students sitting in the back buses will be dismissed to the entrance in door 2 in the gym. And if you're an early arriver, if you come as you're a drop-off, a parent, we're asking you to come between 7:50 and 8 a.m. promptly and drop your students off at the very end of the parking lot where the crosswalk is, where you've done it in years past. 5th grade parents are the pros at this. 4th grade parents, you'll learn it very quickly, and there'll be people out there to direct you on opening day. And you will walk through what is door 4, child study team area entrance, and you'll be walking into 2 rooms, spreading children out again, where they'll be able to wait until it's time to go to homeroom. Okay, we will have orientation programs. The 4th graders, when they come into the gym the first day of school, we'll have an orientation program for them spread out before they get dismissed to their classes, and there'll be signs for where to go in the gym, depending on who your teacher is. Just like, and 5th graders, when you come through the main entrance, you're gonna come right up to the cafeteria, this cafeteria or the other cafeteria. Keep in mind, there'll only be 3 classes of really what's going to be the equivalent of 2/3 of, because the other third are virtual. So this is going to be very spread out with the number of children in here and in cafeteria B. So 5th graders will come up to the cafeteria on opening day, dismissed off the buses after the temperature's taken on a daily basis. And 4th graders will report to the gym, quick orientation, and they'll take a tour of the building with their teachers so they know where to go, when to go, and the teachers are very equipped to do that with the children.
Yeah, so it seems like it's going to be a nice soft opening for
Yeah.
our students and our parents, right? Because everyone's concerned and everyone has sort of anxiety as we go through there, but as Mr. Mudd said, he'll be here.
That's right.
And never fear.
And remember too that back to school nights for the entire district will be September 4th. But that doesn't mean that parents are coming in, teachers are busily working on creating videos, parents will be able to log in and see a virtual back to school night for every school in the district. Our teachers have worked really hard and they're continuing to work hard, as have the administrators across the district, in putting together information for parents. So the things that you have questions about, go back and rewatch this broadcast because Mr. Mudrick shared a lot of really important information. Back to school night videos will be out on September 4th. And I know Dr. McKay has some other closing thoughts, I think, for us.
One of the big things that we've been concerned about, and you know that Miss Lisa, our wonderful nurse here, has been concerned about, is contact information. So we've tried to say in all of our broadcasts
Good point.
that the contact information is crucial for our parents. So if there's 2 sets of parents and they live in different places, we need both cell phone numbers. We need the cell phone numbers for anybody, if you have a landline and that's still on there and you don't use it anymore, that becomes very difficult in this situation where we're going to have to reach parents. Either if it's a situation where there's a fever or there's a situation where a child's not well. Our nurses are very concerned about the contact information. So that can be changed very quickly. Just go to your tab, Genesis, and make sure that that parent information gets updated. So it's very important, especially if there's grandma or grandpa who can come pick up the children rather quickly while you're at work. So that's important information.
Yeah.
And if I could just, one closing thought, piggybacking off Dr. McKay's comment about how important it is, parents, with that contact information. My entire professional career, 3 essential ingredients of quality instruction: structure, flexibility, and informality. The faculty knows this. That's been here before with me the previous 2 years of my tenure here, now starting my 3rd year. Of these, the most important one out of the gate here is flexibility. If we could just remember to please be flexible, whether it's a dismissal pickup time, drop-off time, the safety, security, health, and well-being of your child is first and foremost above all else. And the instruction, it goes without saying, its reputation precedes itself, it's solid.
Right.
So please be flexible with us as we are with you, and we're going to have a fantastic year. And students, we can't wait to see it. The faculty staff is so excited.
I agree with Mr. Mudrick. Thanks so much for tuning in. We keep saying we're smiling behind our masks. I know it's hard to see, but we really can't wait to have our students back with us. Our teachers have been working very, very, very hard at improving their blended learning delivery, both the virtual model and the hybrid model. We can't wait to have everybody back. Welcome back to the 2020 school year. We are going to see you on September the 8th.
See you then.